In this video, we are talking all about the neck. So if you have neck bands or a ropey neck or a heavy neck, stay tuned because we're going to talk about ways that I make my clients' necks look better here in my treatment room, and you can do it right at home. That's coming up next. Welcome back. Christine Byer here, licensed esthetician for 21 years. In this channel, we talk all about your skincare journey because it's never one thing that makes you look better. It's usually a combination of things. So with necks, they come in all shapes and sizes, but different problems require different strategies. So say you have neck banding, and I don't know why I'm starting out with the most difficult ones, but if you have bands that form this way, horizontally on your neck, those are difficult. There are a couple things you can do, and I will talk about them in the order of like low to high as far as like effort and expense. So low would be massage. You can massage your neck, and you can do like a little cross fiber massage on any neck banding you may have. And why are neck bands so hard to fix? Because we reactivate them every single time we take a nap or go to sleep. So every night we sleep like this, we're going to get neck bands, and they'll be reinforced. It's kind of like this every time you furrow, and it wrinkles and wrinkles and wrinkles and gets deeper and deeper every time because you're re-traumatizing the muscle. And so the same thing is happening here. You're re-traumatizing, the skin. So what do? Well, you can sleep with silicone pads, and I was doing a little research on the internet. There's all sorts of silicone pads anymore. And what do? They create sort of a very hydrated, and they also can help you from making the actual fold in your skin if you sleep in them. I don't know if I could do that, if it would drive me crazy or not, but yes, you can do that. And a lot of them are made to be just left on for an hour or 15 minutes, but I imagine you could sleep in them. I don't see why they would cause anything. Anyway, yes, so you could sleep in them. You know, they have breast pillows. I'm surprised they don't have like neck pillows to keep you from, of course you would wake up probably with a stiff neck, but yeah, that would be a good idea to put something there so that you can't make those wrinkles. Anyway, I would also consider radio frequency, especially up underneath here. So when you tighten here, this lifts, and so it's going to lift those wrinkles out. But it just depends on how long you've had them, what decade you're in. If you're 40s or 50s, doing that probably makes a difference. I would say if you're in your 20s, it's more of a genetic thing, and you'll probably have to rely more on the silicone pads. And then in your 20s, you can do things like radio frequency and microcurrent. You can do those in any decade, and it will make neck bands look better. It's just that it has more success the younger you are and the less sort of skin that's starting to accordion down this way. Now, if you have neck folds, and they call these bands too, but they're bands that pop out when you put your head back, or some of us don't even have to put our head back. This is tough because it's essentially this platysma that is sort of folding over itself as we lose volume and bone in our lower face. And so the platysma is this long sheath-like muscle, starts here, inserts about right here. And so what we need to do with that is sort of iron it back and iron it back. And so on my clients, when I use devices, I'm constantly ironing it back. I'll do it ironing like this. I have a new device that I love to use on that. So this is actually a body device. It's pretty strong, but there is one mode that we can use on the face. Mode 3. Put a little conductive gel on. I have a little bands there, which is interesting to me because I never had it before. I'm like, oh, okay. So this has radio frequency, it has vibration, LED. It also has cavitation, but I wouldn't use that on the neck. And so you'll notice I'm going front to back, ironing out the necklines. And so if you have other devices, this is the way you'd want to use them as well. Now if you have a really long neck and neck bands, I think this method still works, but you might need to go up and down as well. Just remember, watch out for that thyroid. So when I work when I work the top of the neck, I'm basically turning this towards the ceiling and doing underneath the jaw rather than like one of these. I'm going like this. So I'm leaving the thyroid untouched, mostly untouched. So yeah, for neck banding, just remember, you want to go from the center out, and if you have a really long neck with neck bandy, you will want to go up as well. All right, so what other things? Oh, a fat neck. So if you have an accumulation like a double chin, you'll also want to use something with vibration or massage. I'll show you a move I do to everybody. Essentially, when I start my cleansing routine, when I'm doing a facial, I will start to release the sternocleidomastoid. So this muscle right here, you turn to the side, that pokes out right here. So if you have long nails, probably gonna be hard to do, but I don't have any nails, so I'm using thumb and index finger, and I'm just pinching. These get very contracted from looking down at our phones and looking at our computers, etc., etc. And because this is an area that's really rich with lymph nodes, they can get very heavy and they can just get full and collected and not move very much if we don't move very much. So say you're sitting at a desk all day, you'll want to do this, because most of my clients can't believe how good this feels and also how much it helps them drain. Because like I said, because this is so full of lymph nodes, if these are tight, you're going to have a lymph traffic jam and your face is not going to drain. So yeah, this is the first thing I do. And just doing this a few times a week. Don't go crazy, don't be digging too hard. The first time you do it, you might not get a lot of release, but just stay with it, just releasing these they call them the SCMs, the sternocleidomastoid muscles. So I would start there. If you have a lot of lymph collected around here, you'll also want to, you can put your knuckles in here and slide up underneath your jawbone. Just slide. And so this is going to scoop up all that lymph, and then lymph drains all into here. So if we slide, scoop, scoop, slide. You'll want to have some massage oil or something on. Scoop, scoop. You can also use cupping. Cupping tends to work very well in this area. You can get just little small facial cups. There's actually one I used to use constantly called, it was for the silicone cellulite cup. And yeah, so you can either use that on wet skin and get a purchase of it, suck it up and like this, or you can use it and where you hop, where you get a purchase and then you let go, and you get a purchase of skin, you let go. So that's a really good way to clear out lymph that will make your neck look heavier. No matter what type of neck issue that you're dealing with, these moves will start to release lymph and get fresh blood supply to the area so that things can start to drain and repair, and your neck will look a lot better. All right, thanks for watching. Bye now.